Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chineye Chuka Ipere. I'm glad to have you here. So the name of my channel is In Between Cultures. I came today to tell you guys that every immigrant, it's imperative that every immigrant should supplement. So I said, I believe that we need to be supplementing with natural food grade products, especially women. In fact, everybody, women, men, children, but mostly women. Why did I come up with that? Before globalization, before the invention of cell phones, internet, before everybody started seeing the whole world on their palm, we used to eat straight from the farm. I mean, African people, Nigerians, even my own self, my family, we used to eat straight from the farm. I'll tell you why. The foreign food, most of the foreign foods we know were mostly rice, beans. Every other thing, yam, fruits, vegetables, spices, oil, we had them from home until we now started trying to copy foreign cultures. Sometimes people think when somebody tells them to take supplements, the first thing I hear is, I can't take supplements. I don't like to take medication. That's what we usually say. But I want to let you know that food grade supplements are more of foods than they are of medicine. In our place, normally, we take medicine when we're sick. If that sickness is not killing us, that is not incapacitating us, we sometimes don't even believe we're sick. Like high blood pressure. High blood pressure doesn't really do much. The most symptom you may feel is headache, or maybe your heart will be racing. But sometimes you could just feel normal, but your pressure is high. So most times, even with that high blood pressure, you see our people wanting to take medicine for 1 week and stopping. But it doesn't work that way. Medicines we get from hospitals, from clinics, it's a few of them like antibiotics that you take once in a while, or maybe anti-malaria you take once a month or once in 3 months, or however you take it. But most times when people are placed on medications, most times for chronic diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart failure, kidney problems, skin problem, asthma, the intention is that you take that medicine for a long time, probably for the rest of your life. But I want you to know that since I started having a lot of interest in supplementation, I have learned that a lot of diseases are tied to deficiencies, food deficiencies. And I want to kind of rub minds with you guys. I want you to see how we can actually be deficient of something by just moving from Africa to anywhere in the diaspora abroad. Back home, things like juice, things like cake, pastries, stuff like that, even snacks, it's not something we eat every day. We eat them once in a while. Even if we eat them as snacks. We don't eat them as meals, right? Things like ordinary Sprite, Fanta, most times you will see that we buy them, we keep them for our guests, right? You'll be like, hey, if you drink that Coke now, which one will you give the visitor? Go and lick orange, go and take orange, go and eat mango. That's what our parents used to do. Then we came to diaspora. We now found out that pop is cheap. Like when I came, you could buy a case of pop for $1.25 that time, a whole case of it, okay? Then you see juice. If you come to the store, 3 aisles, 4 aisles will just be different varieties of juice. And when you check the price, $1 or less, and you will pack them. and you begin to eat them, you know, more than we used to take them back home. Then there are basic things that we used to eat back home that we come here and we stop eating them. I, for one, I had a bad experience with Okporoko, stockfish. You know that we Africans, we dry our fish, we dry our, you know, we have smoked fish, and then we have stockfish, like dried stockfish we get from Norway. So Norway will remove the cod liver oil from the fish and send the dried out fish to Nigeria. Initially, it used to be like disposal. You know, let's throw this away because it's the byproduct of what they want. But after a while, because we were rushing that meat, they started charging us money. They started selling it to us. So I had an experience here. I forgot the year, probably 2008, 9. No, it couldn't be 9. Could it be 9? No, it wouldn't be 9. So it would be between 2006, 7, 8. I lost my uncle, my mom's brother, here in the US. So we went to attend his funeral in the cities. I lived in Minnesota then. So the funeral was in Minneapolis, which we call the cities, okay? That's the capital of Minnesota. And I lived in a little town, like an hour or so away from the cities. So I don't know whether it was after the service or before. My brother came to me and said, "Hey, Chi, I have something I want to give you. Come to the car with me." I went with him. He gave me a gift of Okporoko. And on top of that, he now told me, "Hey, Chine, keep this one for our cousin. He will come to your house to pick it." My cousin doesn't live in my town, no. But me now, you know, the gift I got enticed me that I forgot that I did not have accommodation for my cousin's own share of the stockfish. So after the service, the mass, I'm a Catholic. So after the mass, we went home. I took the fish, called my cousin and said, "Hey, when are you coming to pick the Okporoko?" He said, I'm coming. That Okporoko stayed with me. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned like it took a while. He didn't come right away. And we know the greatest thing we know Okporoko for is smell. Okporoko can smell for Africa. We lived in an apartment. I didn't know where to keep his Okporoko because my own barely fit in the freezer. Barely, because we only have a fridge, you know, this fridge and this small freezer compartment. So I know I may have I had to bring out stuff from the freezer to put mine. So now I was now wondering, where do I fit my cousin's Okporoko? The only place, our small apartment, it had to be in the parlor, like in the, you know, the dining and the parlor, they share one space. I put it in a pot, it couldn't fit. What? I took it outside, it was still smelling inside. I would call my cousin, "Come and collect your Okporoko now. Come and take your Okporoko." Eventually he came, took his Okporoko, but the smell remained. The smell didn't go with him. Now think about my car. I was like excited. You know that thing we call Febreze? Febreze. I'm going to share the picture of Febreze for you somewhere here. So Febreze, you know, they do the advertisement that it has a way of masking smell. It will circle around the smell and take it away. I said, you know, because when you come newly here, you just believe that everybody here, like everything here is magic, okay? I went to buy Febreze. Okporoko overpowered Febreze. It didn't go. My car, I aired it, I sunned it, I rained it, I washed it, I snowed it. The smell refused. Febreze, I will take one jar of Febreze, finish it there. Smell of Febreze will stay one side. Smell of Okporoko will stay everywhere. Hey, chukuna. And guess what? Within this ordeal, I had a visitor, my white friend Debbie. Debbie came to visit me. What explanation could I give this woman? The reason for the rotten smell that overpowered my entire house. And you know the smell of Okporoko, it will make you feel as if you don't bath, like you are the dirtiest person in the whole world. Okay? I tried to explain, but I saw the agony in her face, but she's a Christian. She sat back there and held forth for me. I mean, what she came for, she completed it. She managed that okporoko smell, but I know that in her wildest dreams, she will not forget that smell. Even me didn't forget because I was traumatized. When my cousin came and picked his okporoko, 6 months I had not got rid of that smell, both in my house and in the car that transported it to my house. My brother was lucky. Why? Because he had a rental car. So even if that thing was stinking in that rental car, he's going to just return it like that. They should figure out what they will do with it. I wish I knew this thing they call ozone machine. Maybe ozone machine could, break down that smell. I don't know. But I'm thinking right now, with knowledge and power and advancement and experience, I think ozone may have been able to get rid of that smell. However, do you know what happened after that? I stopped eating okporoko in diaspora completely. It traumatized me. I couldn't bring in okporoko in my house. For so many years, I stayed without eating okporoko. Also, remember that time, in those days, it's now that globalization has happened. You might come in one family, you will see 5 siblings living abroad. Why? Because if one person moves, the person can file for others, or their parents can file for all the children. And then you will see a whole family migrate to at least the US. I don't know how it happens in other diasporan countries. And even in those days, it wasn't every foreign countries that were that open for everybody. So people who used to travel were mostly businessmen that went to buy their goods and return. They were not living there like permanent residents, But now many countries have learned that there is money in immigration. Even though they keep shouting, good immigration is a lot of money because humans are resources. Okay, so things like oba, things like ogiri, those things that smell, iru. Have you ever asked, what kind of food do immigrant children take to school most times? Rice, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese. Why? Or rice and stew because they smell good. But what are those? Processed carbs. So sometimes we had to push away our good food that nourished our body back home. So you know what those ogiri used to do for you? The ogiri dioba, the fermented foods, those things that were fermented, good for your gut health. They made those gut bacteria that help out in the body to digest food. But do we want to cook them in a house that has wooden wall? No, because wood is porous. When we cook, okay, back home, you can be cooking in your kitchen, you open up the windows. Even if guests come in when you are cooking okporoko, they are conversant. They identify with that smell. It's not a foreign smell to them. It's not a foreign smell at all. Even they'll be like, wow, so you can even afford okporoko. Man, yeah, rich man. You people are enjoying, And that smell, that soup is palatable. The person will identify the soup. Oh, you're cooking onubu soup, or you're cooking a goosey soup with correct okporoko. The person might even use style and beg you, serve me my own. But when you are cooking that smell for somebody who has never perceived the smell for the first time in his entire life, somebody who has never even known that that thing is a source of food product, and somebody who has never even seen or tasted the food, it's another thing altogether. I'm telling you. So that is what it was for that my experience. So trying, having Deb come to visit me that day, I kept apologizing. I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know what to do about it. Man, she came for what she came. Actually, that was her coming to tell me that my children could actually go to the Christian school, my Catholic school. Our church had income-based tuition for parishioners. So she came to let me know about it. It would have been somebody, the person would start gagging there and embarrass me, or just say, I'll come next time, or the person would tell me, come to her house. But that lady bore that Okporoko smell and, left. But what it did to me was that I deprived myself of fish oil, omega-3 fatty acid. I deprived myself, my family, from omega-3 fatty acid for so many years. That's where supplementation comes in. And you remember that time I was naive. I hadn't even gone to pharmacy school. And I used to see taking medications and taking supplements to mean the same thing. And that couldn't even be wrong. At that time, supplements were not too different from regular medications, because the science with which they created those tablets was still the science with which they created the regular vitamins we see on the shelves of pharmacies, like ascorbic acid, like glucosamine and chondroitin. Those things, you can build them in the lab. Yes, so sometimes our naive African bodies don't recognize those things. Yes, our naive African bodies don't recognize them. What happened to me, I started piling on the weight in my belly. My endocrine system started to suffer. We were not eating right anymore. We were eating quick dinners. We started buying, Mr. Son, what's the name of that thing they used to give people for going to school? Sloppy Joe, and the one that they used to pack. Lunchables. Then there's another one that looked like a burger or something. Is that it that knew those things? So we're eating those things and we're feeling like Americans, right? But our naive bodies that we're used to eating straight from the farm, vegetables plucked that same morning and sold in the market, meat killed that very morning. Like if you come to African market, that very morning, very, very early, around 6 a.m., they will butcher the cow, and the butchers will come and buy their portion and enter the market to sell them. So what were we doing? Did we know that omega-3 was good for our brain health, nerve health, heart health, cardiovascular health? Fish oil. We didn't know. And when I decided that I wasn't going to eat Okporoko, what stopped me from getting food grade omega-3 like these products? This one, let me show you what it looks like. You can identify it. This is what fish oils most times look like. But our company was able to get omega-3 both from animal, which is fish or seafood products, and plants. Yes, so you have flax, safflower oil, borage, stuff like that. So we didn't even know in those days that omega-3 did not pass just fish oil. And fish oil used to taste nasty. So many people will do like this, I don't want that medicine, but they don't know that this is something that can oil their joints. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to stop here so far. Sometimes when I'm speaking all these things, I begin to get ideas about the next video. But I'm saying, if you're in diaspora, please supplement. Supplement. Do you know why? Your children unborn, because most times people get pregnant when they are not planning. If you were supplementing, ready for anything, whether mistake or whether planned or unplanned, you will not be taken by surprise. You will not be taken by surprise. Things like, you know that thing called cleft palate, when people's lips will join to their nose and it will look as if their nose tore. What is that deficiency? Folic acid deficiency. Have you ever seen children missing their limbs? Have you ever seen children co-joined twins? Folic acid deficiency. Neuronal bifida, where you see part of the spinal cord popping out. Those are deficiencies. Autism, asthma, cancer. Because you know our people will say, no, that is a deficiency. Either their body cannot use that product, or they are not feeding enough, or the parent did not eat enough before that person was born. So what do you benefit? I mean, what is your gain if you don't have madness in your family, but you have cancer? So we are all struggling the same thing. Or you don't have asthma in your family, but you have kidney disease. So there is no place, there is no paradise on earth, is my saying. So what am I saying? When we come in diaspora and 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we don't eat good food straight from the farm like we used to eat, because you know what? Sometimes people don't appreciate what they have because we did not appreciate those foods. We thought they were local. We thought they were local, poor people's food. The processed, tasty ones in nice, shiny packets are for wealthy people. Am I making sense? Okay, I hope I am. So now when you come and break down your body, there's something else that breaks down our body when we come. We live in a state of fight or flight. So we are anxious because so many things are new. So many things are new. The environment is new. The road, the direction to your workplace is new. To your church, to your store is new. How they do things, very new. So many times when people are trying to try new things, they don't do it in a calm situation. They do it in a very uptight situation before they get used to it, and then they calm down. Sometimes you're wondering, oh, am I going to do this right? Are they going to accept me? Am I overdoing my body language? Am I talking too loud? Am I talking too low? Am I clear? Can they understand me? Is my accent a problem? Those things are working on our fight or flight. And our anxiety is high. Anxiety, I've already said it. Bad food, I've already said it. Then another one, a lot of us begin to work night shifts. A lot of us begin to work extra shifts because our hosts will prefer to spend their time with their family, go to their children's sports or watch sports on TV, maybe football, but we will say, let's go and work more overtime. We'll go there, we'll go and work overtime. We'll be enjoying the money, and the money we are thinking about, we're not even thinking about saving that money to make an investment. We are thinking about the one we are going to send home so that the people will say, my brothers and sisters are doing well abroad. Are you really doing well? When you are trading your sleep with work, you begin to work. Even God that created the world rested on Sabbath, on Sunday, right? You will be human being. You are working 7 days a week just so you get overtime, and you forget that your body can break down. The people that gave you the work will be looking at you and be laughing. Do you know why? When I came newly, the more you work, you accumulate PTO, paid time off. That is your vacation time. A lot of us were not taking it. My husband was not taking it. He didn't take his own. I worked 3 years. I didn't call off for 1 day. I didn't take my vacation until, my company before used to exchange that vacation time with money. So we thought we were making money. It got to a point where they now told us, if you don't take your vacation, it's going. Meaning that from January to December, if you don't, you must take your time off to go and rest. If you don't take it, by January 1, all of it will disappear. Some people also used to accumulate them. There are some workplaces that will let you accumulate your vacation. You will accumulate them. After a while, it's so much. Some people could have like 6 months of vacation. They will now go home. And why it's called paid time off is that while you're on that vacation, your basic pay will be entering your check. But however, remember, some of us had been living on overtime. So the basic pay now looks like a percentage of the whole. So overtime became our normal, and that's vacation. Our basic normal salary now started looking like as if they shared our salary because we have been used to working overtime. We didn't think about tomorrow, to reserve some health for tomorrow. We didn't even know globalization will happen. We didn't know it was that time we're supposed to be putting away $20, or even $100 a week, so that later we can make an investment, maybe buy a property, not just a property to live in, a rental property maybe, or something that can yield you money, okay? When I'm talking about money, I'm talking about residual income, meaning money that comes even if you're sleeping. You don't have to break your back to make that money. So that is it. We wasted our health through bad food, stress, anxiety that we used to start to work, lack of sleep, too much work. And then guess what will now happen when you don't have time for your family? Do you know what it is? Emotional stress, emotional everything. Where? Because you now start to notice, Oga, you're not making time for me. Oh. Madam, you're not making time for me. Oh. Or Madam, we have a lot of children to care for, including her overtime work. But Oga will not agree to pick up pain because he's a titled African man. Titled African man doesn't do housework. Instead, he will want you to wash his drawers. Stuff like that. So what will happen between the two of you? You begin to have a friction that is also adding to the immune stress. Now, when you have spoiled the fabric of your body, what happens? If you use that worn-out body to take in, to get pregnant, remember, you haven't been supplementing. You haven't also been seeing the sun. Some of the locations we live, the sun only shines for a few months, maybe 6 months, 3 months, depending on the location. During those 3 months, we'll be working overtime, staying inside the office or the place where we are working, and sleeping during the day because most of us will be working nights. What will happen? Your vitamin D will do what? Crash. No supplementation. No, I don't take medicine. And then what will happen? By mistake, maybe once in a while that you see your husband and you people decide, oh, today we're going to have sex, you get pregnant. You now use messed up body to build a baby. And you'll be wondering, my village people did this to me. Sometimes it's not village people. It's what we did to ourselves because of lack of knowledge, lack of education. So that is the reason why I'm saying, no matter what, it's imperative that immigrants must supplement. Must, not just any form of supplementation, food grade supplementation. Why? Because to sit down to start eating the vegetables to make up for those 100 years that we suffered ourselves. And sometimes some of the food we brought from home have decayed in our fridge, but we are still using them to cook. Their nutrition has gone down. Then apart from that, many of us will be on government assistance, collecting WIC. And WIC is nothing but processed food. Cheap food. Cheap food. Before you know it, 5 years, 10 years into our stay, high blood pressure will creep in. High cholesterol, diabetes will begin to suffer, arthritis. Is it not a human being that you are? So that is why. So don't come and think, hey, I want to sell market. No, I'm a victim. It happened to me. And I found something that could help me and I thought we could help each other. That's why I came here. Also, why did I choose this company? Because I have hopped from product to product, looking for the one that my body accepts. So from one company to the other, I kept going. One thing that made me to stay with this product is because the owners used their product. They used their product. So when I watched the video, the person that showed me this product, because I was praying for it, the person gave me this video and the man was explaining that he had always known about natural products. And his mom authored 15 natural products books. So when he was looking for something very unique and found the product that they used, the molecule that they used to make a product, which is a natural product that is found in mother's breast milk. What did he do? He put in everything. He even had to refinance his house to use and research that product until they came up with this product and they were satisfied. He said, my family were the first to take this product. Him to his last grandchild. Meaning that he said, okay, if you got this product, you see this product, I'm staking my life. It's either it kills me or it kills my entire family. That was where I said, if this man will eat his product, I will take it. Let me tell you the reason why. A lot of rich people that make all these bad foods we eat, do you think they eat them? Don't we watch commercials when we see people, they are advertising burger, you see nice looking people, they get that burger, they do like, and they keep it. They won't swallow it. You'll be waiting for their epiglottis to move. No. Or they could come up and make the particular burger to be good one for the one they will eat in your presence. But then behind, they know they chop those things. But they are making money from the masses eating those things. So that was why I stuck my head with this product. So I'm going to stop here so far. I didn't want the video to be so long. I like to talk. I like what I do, actually. So we'll see next time. Let's save some of the story for next time, okay? Bye-bye.